So Manchester United have officially submitted their first bid for Benjamin Sesko, and who knows, by the time this video is uploaded, perhaps the deal has already progressed further. Of course, this deal feels very, very expensive. It is a lot of money for Sesko. However, based on what we have seen from Manchester United in pre-season, I do think this makes sense in terms of profile, although the price is still a lot. So in the intro there, I put extra emphasis on Manchester United in pre-season, showing that we're needing a player like Benjamin Sesko. And why do I say that? Well, because Manchester United have been using speed. In pre-season, we have seen United attacking as a fast team. And that's not surprising when you look at the temperament that we've got in the squad and the characters that we've got in the squad. Bruno Fernandes, Amad, Mbeumo, Cunha. These are all players that like to play quick, attacking, aggressive football. They want to move the ball towards the opposition's goal as quickly as possible. Manchester United right now are playing very, very fast, whether that be in high turnovers or artificial transitions from goal kicks. Manchester United are looking to attack with killer speed, and we know that Benjamin Sesko is someone that can contribute to that. The other thing that is important is the fluidity with which Manchester United are attacking. Right now, we do not look quite as rigid, particularly when we are attacking in fast moments. The other day, we saw Cunha and Mbeumo both being given the license to roam into different positions. In fact, the other day, we saw Mbeumo literally left wing at one point over here. So we are seeing freedom being given to these United attackers. And as we discussed in our last Sesko video, he can do that. Sesko can go into the channels. He can move into the wider zones. We showed this heat map the other day, showcasing Sesko's ability to move into wider positions. So in terms of speed and flexibility and attacking versatility, Sesko makes a lot of sense. His top speeds were very impressive last season. His goals from fast breaks in the past 2 seasons in the Bundesliga are up there with the very best in the league. It's starting to make sense without even looking at really any proper footage yet. Now, the reason why we really need to look at footage today is not just to talk about Manchester United attacking quick and the fact that we are doing it, but actually how we are doing it, how we are achieving it, and what it means for the team. I just want you to quickly look at this clip here. We're going to come back to it in one moment, but quickly get in the comments down below and just tell me the first thing you notice. Pause the video real quick if you have to, and tell me what you notice in that clip. Once you've done that, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds, pause the video if you need to, and then I'm going to talk you through it, and certainly something that I noticed in that clip. And that was the changes of direction in the Manchester United attack. So of course, in that moment, in that clip, we saw United playing out from the back. So we saw 2 centre-backs either side of the goalkeeper, 1 centre-back in midfield, all of that stuff. Relatively deep wing-backs dropping to be involved in the build-up. On that occasion, it was Dallo on the left-hand side, but it's not too important for this clip. But what we saw was United trying to move the ball out from the back. And what we saw was directional changes. And the reason why we were able to achieve these directional changes was because of the 2 players we have in the 10s. Our 2 lovely new players, Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo. They've both cost a lot of money for Manchester United, but straight away we have seen what they can bring to this team and why I think Ruben Amorims wants them. It's not just about their ball carrying, their speed, their quality and all of those things. It's about their feet, which is quite handy when you're signing a footballer, I guess. But Matheus Cunha plays on the left-hand side, yet is right-footed. Mbeumo plays on the right-hand side, yet is left-footed. What does that mean? It means their instinct is to move inside the pitch. This is something that we've been speaking about a lot during pre-season. Mbeumo's instinct is to come this way, inside the pitch with the ball. Cunha's instinct is to do something similar. We saw Bruno Fernandes the other day playing in the front 3. His instinct is similar, from the left-hand side being right-footed to come inside the pitch. Why is this important? Well, because it allows Manchester United to change the direction of the attack, particularly with Amad playing at right wing-back, and eventually this is all going to time with Sesko. Just trust me, just hold on 1 second. So the ball starts on the right-hand side with Leny Yoro in the heart of the defence, and he plays the ball forward down the line, down the right-hand side, towards Bryan Mbeumo. Now, of course, Bryan Mbeumo, playing in the right 10 position, is actually left-footed, so his touch to get the ball onto his left foot is going to move the ball inside the pitch. The player that he actually moves the ball to, on this occasion, is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, playing in the left 10 at the time, is right-footed, so that causes another change of direction. Bruno's instinct is to move the ball back the other way. And of course, this is constantly shifting the Everton defence into positions where they don't want to go. And that leaves gaps at the back. And that is achieved by the fact that we've got those sort of wrong-footed players in the wing-back positions and also in the 2-10 positions. And the result of it is a disorganised Everton defence. As we can see here, they are not in ideal settled positions. And that is because United have done a fantastic job of moving them. Moving the ball from side to side with runs going on all over the pitch makes it incredibly difficult to track you. What you then need, though, to really apply the killer instinct is the pace in behind the opposition to get onto passes like this. Benjamin Sesko as we've seen already, with a top speed like this, is someone that can get into those positions and really make the most of it. Playing that quick, fast football will allow Sesko to get in behind, and that's why he makes sense for these attacking moments. Sesko also makes sense for Manchester United in the up, back and through moments. We've spoken about that a lot recently. We spoke about it in the last Sesko video, but I do think it's important. In the last video, we spoke about his ability to play one-touch football, and I'm going to show you a couple of clips again, the same ones from the other day. This is Sesko playing one-touch football, quickly releasing the ball and bringing teammates into play. Why is that important? Well, because again, Manchester United right now are playing with speed, and Sesko will add to that. If you've got a striker who can play first-time football to lay the ball off to teammates, you are going to see someone who can be very effective. Højlund probably doesn't have the technical quality to do that, and certainly at the moment he doesn't have the confidence to do that. We saw though the impact when you have someone like Mbeumo on his debut. You know, he's not sharp at the time, he's not fully fit, but you saw his first time passing and the quality of it, and the fact it allows United to keep speed in the attack. Sesko certainly brings that, and it does open up that opportunity to move the ball much quicker. So we start off with the ball in midfield, let's say with Casemiro or Bruno Fernandes, and you move the ball high up the pitch into Sesko. What this does is it causes the opposition to react. As that ball comes up, that's the key part here, as that ball comes up, the opposition centre-backs are going to try and engage with Sesko. However, Sesko has the first time passing ability, so he lays the ball off first time. Back. So we've gone up, and then we've gone back. Of course, when we move that ball backwards, the opposition's defence continue their momentum. So they continue to try and squeeze out towards the ball to try and close you down because they're chasing the ball at this point because you've sort of drawn them in. Then what we see is the through ball. Of course, at the moment, he's passed that to no one, but actually, we've got Patrick Dorgu, who is an excellent runner, or has certainly proven to be so in pre-season. And on the right-hand side, we've got Amat. This is why Sesko can be effective. It may not necessarily lead to him scoring a load of goals in the middle, but in terms of allowing Manchester United to quickly move the ball forward before kind of accessing those wider zones, that could be very effective. And if the ball is getting into these positions on a regular basis, then hopefully, we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully that can benefit Sesko if he signs for the club, because then we can return that ball into the middle. We can attack quickly. So Sesko will be involved initially in that build-up, in that ball progression, receiving the ball, popping it off to a teammate. Then he's got to have that desire, that mentality, and that hunger to get himself into the penalty area to score goals, because that is the type of striker that he is branded as. He is branded as a goal-scoring striker. He's got to make sure he is that. He's got to make sure he becomes that. And like we said the other day, I think that comes down to mentality. Now, like I said the other day, and just in that clip there, mentality is something that I still question with Benjamin Sesko. I think he's got all of the tools to be the most ruthless striker in the game. I think his finishing is amazing. His ball striking is incredible when he focuses on his ball striking. Now, that might sound a little bit odd, but I think there are a lot of moments where Sesko sort of isn't putting his full effort into shooting, which is a bit of a weird thing to say about a young striker, and it's certainly not a compliment. It's a big insult to sort of throw that at a player. But at times it feels like he just wants to shoot rather than wanting to score. You know, in this situation here, the way that he connects with the shot is sort of half effort. He's like, yeah, I'll get the shot off on goal, I'll work the goalkeeper. But actually he's not almost putting full effort into actually trying to put the ball into the back of the net. And I have questioned his hunger to score goals. Someone rightfully pointed out the other day, though, that Amorim could change that. He changed Viktor Gyökeres. He made Viktor Gyökeres one of the most lethal players in Europe. He scored a stupid amount of goals because Amorim turned this into a player that wanted to score goals. We've seen at United over this summer the mentality changing. The Manchester United squad teams more together, but also more hungry, more intense, more desire to get into the final third and sort of try and show off that killer instinct a little bit more. There is a chance, in terms of environment, that Sesko is actually going to be going to the perfect place, going to the perfect manager to turn him into that deadly finisher. Perhaps 12 months ago, we would have been the wrong football club because the environment was messy, right? It's been that for a long time. Amorim is changing things behind closed doors. He is making a change. He is making a difference. And you can see it with these players when you watch them. That could be the perfect environment for Sesko to come into. What Sesko needs is the right mentality. I don't know if he's got it right now. But if he comes to a club, which is crazy to say now about United, comes to a club which is going to force him to have the right mentality, then it could be absolutely perfect. If he can have it driven into him that he needs to be in the final third, that he needs to be scoring as many goals as possible, then I genuinely believe he can become one of the best strikers in the game. All in all, I think Benjamin Sesko is a really good footballer. I understand why so many teams have been chasing him because he is a great young player. I've watched him myself for about 3 years now. He's a very good young footballer. It's a big gamble. If this bid is to be accepted, Manchester United will be spending a lot of money and too much money. Sesko, in my opinion, is not worth the fees that we are talking about. I want to make that very clear. I would not be signing Sesko at this price. I would not be signing him. However, that does not mean he's a bad footballer. The potential is sky high. I've said it a few times. I think he can be one of the best strikers in world football. It's about this environment being right for him. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment where it is. Tactically, Manchester United need that player that can play one-touch football. Sesko can do that. But we need that player also that can get in behind and finish chances. Sesko can do that. We need a threat in the box, and Sesko can be that as well. It's risky, it's a lot of money, but in time, and if he's got the mentality and he's got the confidence and Amorim works well with him, I actually sort of think this could be perfect, even though it's costing way too much money. So that's where I stand on Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United. A lot of money, but you're getting a very good player who's got a lot of potential. A lot of potential. If it works, it's going to be beautiful, but it could go up in flames and burn us and go horribly wrong. What's going to happen? I don't know. That's the beauty of football, right? We can predict, we can anticipate, but we never know for sure what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see. Sesko may not even sign for the club or may have already signed for the club by the time this video is uploaded. It's a bit of a weird world in the transfer market. But for today, I think that's everything that we need to talk about. We will do another Sesko video at some point talking about some of the negatives as well and also some of the other tactical fits. That will be saved for when he's actually announced by the club, if it happens. So if you want to see that video, leave a like, also leave a comment, subscribe, please and thank you, and also get notifications on as well. But apart from that, we are finished for today. So thank you very much for watching this video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.